Welcome, everybody, to the Voice Chat Podcast, episode 48. My name is Maaz from TheAMaazing.
I'm Laddi.
I'm Rushlight Invader.
And that's it. It's just
That's
us. We're the guests today.
It's the boys today.
It's only the boys. And before
Only
we
the
continue with the
boys.
boys podcast, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of the patrons. Oh my gosh, all of you are fantastic. And the channel
Ooh.
members, especially Pack Storyteller 25, Abs, Andrew Ong, Dr. Crazy Diablo, Gabby Fox, Gabriel, Mo, Reborn, Wyatt, Watson. You guys are
Yeah.
fantastic, very much supportive of the podcast, and it helps keeps us afloat.
So
If you want to have early access to the podcast for at least a week, make sure to become a patron or channel member, and you can get access to all of that and all of our secret episodes on the past. All right,
Woo.
awesome. And fan art as well. Wow, we haven't done fan art reel in such a long
Yeah.
time.
It's been a while. Look at
People make
that.
fan art? No. Oh yeah, we have too much fan art. I forgot. I forgot.
Stop making it.
Stop. Do not
Stop
draw
it.
us. Too many.
Do not.
Too many arts, please.
Never draw me.
Remember, I guess thank you so much for everybody who drew fan art. I remember when I started YouTube, I was so ecstatic when I got my first fan art. Like I
Yeah.
remember it I have it on my phone still to this day.
Oh, pleb.
Aw.
Huh? What do you mean?
You little baby, little, you like little sentimental things? Gross. Ew.
I thought you were gonna go like, oh, pleb, I already got it printed and laminated. And I
Yeah.
have it against my wall.
Yeah.
That is like, oh yeah, I got it tattooed on me right now.
Yeah.
It's
I've
like,
got the Maz's fan art tattooed on me.
What a start. Thank you so much, everybody, for the fan art. I guess we should explain what's been happening, like why
Yeah.
don't we have any guests and why has it been a while and why
we lost
we
our
decided
friend.
that we hate people. We don't want
Yeah.
people on our
Mhm.
podcast anymore.
Mhm.
So it's just us three.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
And every episode we will actually kick one of the hosts out until there is zero host,
Yeah. So this episode is Rush.
Yep.
No,
Here we go.
No.
Bye,
We're gonna kick Laddie out. We already had the
no,
Laddie
no,
episode.
no,
We have a
no.
whole army
This
of
isn't what we agreed
laddies. We can
to.
replace you. We can replace you, Laddie. We have
This
so
isn't
many
what we
laddies.
agreed to.
Laddie, you didn't pay me enough, okay?
Oh no.
You're out of here.
No,
Where's
but
my
the
paycheck?
real where's my paycheck? You don't pay me enough. Where's my raise? Wait, I thought you meant to pay me, Laddie. Wait, hold on, wait. Basically, what's happened is that near the end of last year, with just so much happening, in terms of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and my own plans to go into my job this year, we basically had to stop recording podcasts. We used to record them every 2 weeks. And in like mid-December or like early December, we had to just stop doing that because the schedule was just not free enough, right? And so we haven't actually recorded a podcast in a month or so, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
Which
little
is
bit.
which is a little surprise, like a little crazy to me because I remember at the start of last year, like we made the decision to upload every 2 weeks or something. I remember that. Like the We Need Your Help Voice Chat Podcast 2.0. I remember that.
Yeah.
Almost exactly a year actually. And we started uploading bi-weekly then. And since then we have recorded 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, 20 episodes. So we actually followed through kind of well, I think.
Yeah. I think so. We
Not
kept
good
pretty
enough.
consistent.
Yeah. And so it's weird to then not record for a month straight. It's
Yeah.
like, oh crap, we were recording. Like to say like, hi, my name is Maaz on the Voice Chat Podcast. And like, hearing both of you do your intros was so common. But
Yeah.
had to take a break. And I guess like that's what this podcast was about. We were meant to record this earlier so that it would come out during New Year's and be like, hey, New Year's episode, what are we doing for this year? But the things did not work out.
Yeah. We can still talk about that. What we want to do this year. Still early.
It's still early, I guess so. But like when they hear it might be the end of January. So it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
So what do you want to do this year, Laddie?
Nothing. Just kidding. Nothing.
Thanks for asking though.
Yeah, thanks for asking. How about you? Just kidding. Well, I'm gonna graduate this year. I'm gonna graduate in May from college, and this year I've been living at my college apartment like for the whole time I've been at college, but this semester I'm gonna live at home. I'm gonna terminate my housing agreement. I'm gonna tell them to cancel it, and I'm gonna live at home because it's really expensive, and like I don't have to work on campus anymore. They want me to work from home now, so I'm like yes. So yeah, I'm gonna cancel that and just live at home, and that part's gonna suck because I'll be like my internet's garbo here, and like I'm not as free to do whatever when I'm at home, but it'll work out. It'll be
Wait,
fine.
I'm confused. I thought, wait, is your college done?
No, so all my classes are online, and they
Oh,
still are going to be online this semester. So the only thing that was keeping me living on campus was my job, but this upcoming semester they want me to work from home. So now there's not even a point of me staying on campus. So yeah.
oh,
You,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
does your job neglect the payment cost it would for you to live there?
I don't know. I just the college kind of is stupid, but I mean, I love it.
Yeah, college is stupid.
No, but
College is stupid. I agree though. Like I'm
yeah,
not gonna disagree.
yeah.
You're preaching to the choir here.
But I
But like,
made it
how long
this
do you have?
far.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how long until it's done?
This is my last semester, so May of this year. May of this year, I graduate.
Woo!
Yeah.
Unless you fail.
And Laddie, you need to
No,
make
I
a
won't.
video. You need to make a video. Laddie explains college 2 now that you're out of it. Laddie, you need to do a part
Dude.
2.
I wanna make a better part. I don't like my part 1. My college one was really rushed because that one had a sponsorship on it, and it was my first sponsorship. So I was like, "Oh," but this time I wanna really take my time
Do it.
and, like, yeah, wanna
You
have a
you,
fun
you
time.
come out like a smoker that's been through war. Yeah, I've been through it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My mind's changed.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I wanna save up money to try and move out eventually, but probably not this year, but I'll save money though.
Where are you gonna move out?
I don't know. After I graduate, I'm gonna live with my mom for another like 6 months and save money, and then I'll move somewhere. Probably,
Somewhere.
yeah, somewhere. Probably Georgia. Probably not California.
Georgia, Texas, everybody has their
Georgia,
plans.
Texas.
Washington, right?
Why
Washington,
Rush?
Washington? No, no one wants to go there.
Oh, okay. Well, I just started listing places that I knew.
It's wet and
Uh,
gloomy there. I would never. That would suck.
yeah, Seattle. Yeah. But
Boo.
yeah.
Boo. I like that. I like as long when you find a new place, you gotta do like a house crib.
Yeah, MTV Cribs. It's me, Laddie, and I live in a crib. It's my little crib,
Moz TV.
baby.
That's MTV.
My baby crib. This is it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah.
And I'm gonna be recording it because again, MTV is Moz TV, so
Yeah, Maaz TV Crib Laddie edition.
Laddie edition. Isn't that your plan as well, Rush, to move out?
Oh
this
yeah,
year?
I'm always wanting to move out.
But like, didn't you say this year you will move out, or am I mistaken?
Yeah. It's either like Austin or like Georgia or somewhere.
Don't dox yourself. What the heck? You could do
At
why are you telling people?
18360 North
Yeah.
Drive.
I'm actually going to.
I'm gonna move in this exact location. If you want to find me, hit me up.
I've been craving socialization,
You
COVID really be
know.
lonely.
All the fans flock to me. Let's
You
go.
wanna stalk me? Let's do it.
Just yeah, somewhere warm. That's where I want to be.
Warm.
Somewhere warm. But like, why this year? Like, is it cheaper this year or something? Or
I don't know.
I don't know.
oh, yeah, thanks, Raj. Thanks,
Yeah,
Raj.
No,
nice.
basically I've been living I've been not living an adult life, and I'm like an adult.
Yeah, living with your grandma.
As in, like,
Grandma.
you been living with your grandma, or
Yeah.
and so like you just want to get your own independence by living with other people, yeah?
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard though, Rush.
That's what life is all about.
Like, what if you fight with your friends, like roommates, and then you're
Oh,
not
I already
friends
told
anymore?
my
Big
roommates
fear.
and friends we're enemies day one.
What, you just like take a crap in their room? Like, you
Yeah,
just
it's
go.
like, you're my shit list, motherfucker.
They just look at it like, oh, Rush.
Rush,
Scurry
Sugar
away
classic.
Cup
covered in shit.
again. It's like a
Ah.
sitcom.
Aw, Rush forgot to do the dishes again. Haha, that Joker.
That
Haha.
silly willy.
Haha.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be enemies. Don't you worry. Everyone's gonna be
Yeah.
enemies if they move in with me.
Yeah. We were thinking about like having a house in Georgia, like getting not a bunch of people, but at least like 4, maybe 5 people.
Maybe 11, maybe 10.
Maybe no. Just to make it affordable to
Yeah.
live. But
Just
if not,
wanna-
I might just move in on my own. Maybe I don't know.
Let me see. Y'all are like, I was talking to my brother, and I was like, I've been living alone since I was 7. I thought it was 17.
What the fuck? Your parents are like, get out of here. Get on the street, motherfucker.
Are you all right, Maaz? Are you okay?
They just kick me out. They're like,
I'm only
I've been living in
7.
the streets.
I was raised by ocelots when I was 7.
You don't know the things I've had to do. You know how fucked up ocelots are. And that's why Rush likes ocelots. That's when I met Rush. And his first
Yeah.
owner was an ocelot.
That was me. No, it was an otter, first of
Ugh.
all.
Otter
Wait,
salot?
Are they not the same thing?
No.
Ocelot is cats.
Cat. Otters
Oh
are
my
like
god,
more
how did I not
illegal.
know that?
Like Minecraft. That's the only reason why I know.
I totally thought an ocelot was like an otter looking thing. So I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I'm like way off. Dang, dude.
How dare you disgrace
Yeah, maybe I didn't get raised by ocelots.
Maybe he got raised by otters.
Yeah, they're otters. It's weird. They just went and they kept eating wood and shit. No, that's beavers. I get your animals
That's
wrong.
beavers!
You're the
I'm getting
worst.
every
Do
animal
you know
wrong.
who raised you?
Laddie, I was
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, they're beavers. They had the flat tail and a beak.
That's a platypus.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making.
Oh, okay. I was
So
raised by Perry
confused.
the platypus.
Perry the platypus.
Yeah.
Dude, there's been a lot of changes with regards to my life. Okay. I'm gonna do
Literally
so.
my life.
Yeah,
my wife.
No wife. Yeah.
Oh, no wife.
No wife.
No yet.
Not
What was
yet.
I gonna say? Oh, so obviously this year the biggest change is the fact that I'm working again.
Yeah, doctor time.
Oh yeah, like a fully fledged one this time, not just like sheltered under the umbrella of, oh, I'm just a student. No, I'm like fully a doctor. And
Mhm.
like I was a little bit worried because I took a year off in 2020 for YouTube and traveling, and obviously I did not plan that out that well, you know. But
Yeah.
no one knew in 2019 what was gonna happen, so feels
Mhm.
bad, man. But after like 7, 8 months of doing just YouTube, I was just like, man, I really miss medicine. Like I really miss it. Like
Mhm.
I thought I would like the big fear that I had was maybe I'd fall in love with the YouTube side of things and then never wanted to pick up medicine again.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's
Mhm.
actually the opposite. Like after I did 6 months of just YouTube, I was like, no, I would be perfectly happy just not doing YouTube ever again and going to medicine. Like I would be really happy doing that.
Didn't you make a video shooting YouTube or a doctor though?
As in like I chose YouTube over doctor for a year,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that
Mhm.
was a thing. That was what the entire video. Like I even said in that video, like if I don't figure out how to keep this up, I'm going to have to quit YouTube.
Oh, I'm a
Like I
big
said
fan.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it outright. So you're a faker,
I
okay?
am.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
am.
No, I don't care. But that's the big dilemma. It's like I definitely was like fearing that. And after 6, 7 months, it was true. I was like, hey, guess what? What I chose to do as a career, I want to still continue. And what I chose to do as a hobby, I don't want to continue as a career. Right. But again,
Mhm.
I don't want to, I'm too stubborn and I don't want to stop YouTube.
Mhm.
Or at least I don't want to stop my TheAMaazing, right? That's the one I don't want
Yeah.
to stop. So I like
We're
hired
gonna
a
stop
team
the
and
podcast though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. I'm over it.
Laddie, you're joking about it.
Oh no.
Yeah. You panicking now, huh? I feel the sweat going down your neck, laddie. Uh-huh.
What'd I
When I turned too real, you just went, I heard it.
Oh.
I panicked. The ooga booga. No,
Ooga booga.
I'll lead up to that, don't worry. But basically, I've been doing YouTube medicine again, and because I'm the only doctor now, it's like been quite like pretty rough to be honest. Like I wake up at 6 a.m.
Mhm.
and I come home at 5, and it's like, oh god. And obviously, I had
Damn.
to eat dinner and work
Mhm.
out, and so it easily becomes 7 o'clock, and then I just have like, for me to wake up at 6 o'clock with a decent amount of sleep, I have to go to bed by 10. And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, I only have 3 hours to do anything,
Mhm.
um, which is like, and obviously you don't want to work the entire day, come home and then keep
Yeah.
working, right? So I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's been pretty rough the last 3 weeks for balancing.
Mhm.
Um, but because of that, I had to make some pretty tough decisions as to what I want to keep doing. Like, you know how uh I did the what's Maaz thing? Remember that?
Mhm.
Remember that, guys? Like the
Yeah.
little, like the
The third channel
IRL.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the IRL stuff. Um,
Yeah.
I just like, even though I have so many more ideas for it, I just had to accept that I just won't be able to put time into that. I just can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that channel is just gonna be left out. Just gonna
Mhm.
be there to dry. Same thing with my second channel stuff. Like, I'm gonna just quickly wrap up the Among Us videos and then stop streaming altogether on Twitch.
Oh,
I really,
dang.
really love Twitch streaming. That's the one thing I really enjoyed, but
Yeah.
I just can't do that anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then the voice chat podcast, right?
Yeah?
Now, initially, I told Laddie and Rush, I walked up to them, I was like, guys, I can't do this podcast anymore. Like,
Mhm.
it's just too much work. Like, there's no way we can continue every 2-week upload, find guests, convince them, plan around them, especially with my own schedule being so hectic. Like, I don't know when I have days free until my roster comes out, and my roster doesn't come out until like a week or two before. And so I just couldn't commit myself to not like anything that would waste my time. And whilst I want to do voice chat podcast, I I just had to prioritize my actual job first.
Mhm.
And so I told Laddie and Rush that we're gonna end the voice chat podcast. And then I said,
Yep.
"Psych!" And then 2 weeks later, I wonder how many of the audience was like, "Oh my god!"
I knew it wasn't true, and I was about to start crying.
What do you like? It's been a really good time. I think,
Yo,
like, having, constant
Yeah.
I think us having t no, I'm not gonna say some sappy shit to make you cry, lady. I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean.
Thank you.
I have an idea, Maaz.
Um, what's up?
And now we can actually name this video ending the voice chat podcast.
The
Oh,
podcast is
totally. Let's
over.
do it.
Remember how we named
It's
it
our
that one
last
episode?
episode.
Remember?
Yeah.
When everyone started
Yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah.
We'll do that again. That's funny.
Dude.
We're ending the episode, Voice Chat Podcast 2, like a sequel.
Yeah.
Again.
Again. It's
Again.
over again. But this time, it's serious because it's just us three, so.
No, guys, I started off the video with a like the big sigh.
Yeah.
I
Apology
have a
video.
dog in the video.
Oh, I guess we're crying. There we go. Now it's
Yeah.
official.
Okay, and then we're gonna get canceled, like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't
Yeah.
mention that.
Every other YouTuber these
Uh,
days.
No, that
like,
right, you can't mention the list.
like nobody ever has ever been canceled.
Not a person.
No one.
No one. What's canceled?
Yeah.
And so the reason I said psych is because, again, I'm a bit too stubborn. I don't like giving up things that I really enjoyed to doing. And what's Moz I enjoyed, but I was like, okay, I gotta focus on what I like, the animation side of things. But voice chat podcast is like, it's something that I not only enjoy doing, but it's also like a chance for me to take time out of my day and talk to my friends. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a scheduled appointment to talk to some of my best mates.
Oh
And
yeah.
obviously that's like Rush and Laddie. And
Mhm.
then the guests that rotate in, some of them are my closest friends, some of them are new people that haven't had the opportunity to talk to too often.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, and so when I get to talk to them and we explore stuff, it's so cool. Like, I've learned a
Yeah.
lot about people because of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
getting guests on helps me, like, branch out, talk to people. Like, I usually just don't,
Yeah.
like I'm not one of the person that are like, "Oh, I haven't talked to this guy in, like, a year, I should reach out." I'm just like, "I'm just gonna sit here, if they talk to me first, that'd be awesome." But
Mhm.
having guests over helps me, like
Yeah.
Socialize.
Kinda yeah,
Like
and like you get known within the community and you get to know them as well. So you don't
mhm.
like when you see them in beach day, you just be like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
chatted.
We
Then
chilling.
kick sand in their face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, do it. Do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to kick a sand on a lot of people's faces. If this is episode 47, that's 47 times 2 guests. Let's say 40 times 2. That's 80 people you have to kick sand in front of.
Start
Oh,
lining up.
yeah. Woo! Come line up. Get some
Let's go.
sand. Yeah.
Damn, bro. It's gonna be brutal
Whenever
this year.
whenever we first were like, yeah, we're gonna not do the podcast anymore. I was really sad.
Mm,
Oh, cause
yeah.
cause like we've been doing this for over like 3 years now.
It's been
Like,
that
Mhm.
long?
yeah. Um, I was like,
No,
wow.
Laddie, you want me to blow your mind a little bit?
Yeah, blow my mind.
Um, let me like, cause I had to fill out this YouTube, um I had filled this YouTube survey because they asked me to fill it out. I don't know how much I can
Mhm.
say. They were just like, "Hey, answer questions about YouTube channels that you are involved in." I was
Mhm.
like, "Okay, sure." And they're like, "Okay, how long have you had the Voice Chat podcast?" And I thought it was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. We uploaded the very first episode on February 2018. So that's it's gonna be 3 years in a month.
Yeah.
3
This is basically the
years.
anniversary
3
episode.
years. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the anniversary.
Well, end of
Aw,
February, so we'll
end
have
of
to
February.
do a bunch more. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like,
And
it's
so
become, like, such a usual thing for me. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, we have this podcast, and I'm gonna do that. Yay." Like, I look forward to it, like, every 2 weeks that we did it last year,
mhm.
and, so, like, to have this thing that became such the norm for me, like, not have be a thing anymore, I started getting really emotional. I was like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss it. It's our scheduled time to hang out."
Yeah. And it's like for the
Yeah.
very first year, it was we just kept like, do have we ever explained why we started the Voice Chat podcast? Like, one day,
'Cause we
why
hate
do we
each
just
other.
come out? We hated each other.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we hate each other so much that we're like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy. I wanna have more
Yeah.
arguments all with him."
Yeah.
No, there used to be like an old channel. I forgot the name of it. They've kept changing it, so I don't know anymore. But there used to be a channel in which they used to have older animation community podcasts.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And we like the way the episodes and things were structured was that they would randomize the guests and you would have to be with people that you may not know really well, and the chemistry was really off, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
no one kept continuing with the podcast, and I was like, "Hey, can I just do it with my friends?" And so I invited like Rush, Laddie, PJ, Turtle, no, Rachel, and me.
Rachel.
And we had a blast, and we were like, "Wow, we should do this more." And I was like, "We should do this more. We should." Um, and then we made the podcast, and
Yeah.
I read the statistic that podcasts usually end at like 7 episodes. That's the average length of a podcast before it tanks, you know?
Mhm. We'll be at
Um,
47.
and the well, the 7 is also skewed up by like, it's much lower. It's just the really, really long outliers that are destroying, like Joe Rogan with thousands plus,
Mm.
Rooster Teeth with like 600, 700, 800. Like, the really long ones are increasing the average, but 7 is what the number is, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, no, we're not gonna fail. We're gonna make this work." And it took a while. Like for the
Mhm.
first year, again, we were just trying to find our footing. We were just like
Mhm.
getting people on, having a chat with them, going about our days. And
Mhm.
then in the last year, once we started getting serious about everything, like fortnightly, and then we made the social media plan and we asked for Patreon help. It's actually kind of taken off more than we thought, like much
Yeah.
more than I thought.
Yeah. Dang, I
Um,
didn't expect it. We're at 60K subs now, and I'm like,
Almost there.
Almost to
crazy.
100, I know.
Woo.
When we get there, we're gonna have to ask for 3 play buttons?
You have to.
That'll be so cool. I have 2 of 'em.
You have 2 Laddie with 2 play buttons, that's so funny.
You're so greedy, laddie. What are you gonna do with
Yeah,
them?
you're so greedy,
I'm
oh my
gonna
You
god.
have a tea
make
party
a
with them?
sandwich. I'm gonna make a play button sandwich.
Oh
Oh.
my shut the hell up, Laddie.
Hungry.
That would be a really funny video, actually. We
Put some
just
ham
stack
in
it.
between.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah.
so funny. And so, like and the thing is, that's one thing, like, it started blowing up, and it's not even, like, the money aspect, it's the fact that I've been receiving a lot of messages, and Laddie and Rush, I'm sure you guys have as well, and tweets, of people going
Mhm.
like, "Yo, I love the voice chat podcast."
Yeah.
Like,
It means
absolutely
a
adore it.
lot. I'm just like, "Man, we're
Yeah.
just sitting chilling, and, like, people actually like listening to us talk," and I'm like, "That's really cool."
It's insane to me. And the daily, like, if we get 100 subs a day or something, that's
That's
so many
insane.
people. And
Yeah.
I know it's very touching, and I didn't want to give it up. And so, what's the plan? What's gonna happen to the voice chat podcast? Are we actually gonna end it? Are we gonna stop doing the voice chat podcast? Oh my gosh.
One
No, we're
day.
not going to stop. One day we will.
Yeah, not
One day,
forever, but,
and it might be soon. Like again, like when I said I'll continue the voice chat, I said it before I started my work. And I'm gonna be
Mhm,
honest, work is really overwhelming right now. Like
mhm.
even the hour that I'm spending chatting to you guys right now is I like I'm a little stressed about it. It's like, oh, what
Yeah.
all my I have so much to do after. But again, that's why we're changing the voice chat podcast release schedule to maybe monthly, I think,
Mhm.
you know.
That's
Sounds
reasonable.
fair.
So it's how we started. We ramped it up in the 2020 because everybody was inside. But now
Yep.
that people are going to walk outside again, going back to monthly, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, we'll try our best to get guests on and get everything settled in and everything, but yeah, that's what we'll promise for now. It might change. It might go back to probably won't go back to fortnightly, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um, we might end up ending it halfway through. Who knows, right?
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. But right now, that's the plan. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the social blade right now, Laddie Rush. We started February 26, 2018, and we had 14,000 subscribers at April 26th. So in 2 years and 3 months, we got 14,000 subscribers. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then ever since April 26th to January 16th, so in 9 months, we've gotten 45,000 subscribers. We've
Dang.
like really blown up this in 2020. Well, as
Keep it
in
like us.
blow up pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very nostalgic episode happening here.
Mhm.
But that's the update. We're not gonna end it, but it is gonna be slower.
Yeah, so be
Yes.
So
aware.
just
Be
so that
aware.
we don't die.
Yeah. Don't kill us.
Well, you can kill me.
Oh, well, I guess that's okay, but don't kill me. So
I
Maaz
don't like
just
that.
got killed.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone.
I was waiting for somebody to make the joke. I was like, "Come on, get A to B. Come on, guys."
I got it.
That was good. I like it.
What
I like
happened
thank
with
you, thank
life
you.
right now? What's going on other than that? What's catching some
About other than the
Pokemon,
voice chat.
running in some Ekans Mazes? What's going on?
That's like the small stuff, like, the Pokemon little
Mhm.
I started, like, Australia is out of quarantine, like, well out of it, so
Yeah.
I'm making new friends because
Mhm.
new intern friends,
Yeah.
and, man, the shenanigans are crazy. Like,
Mhm.
everybody's such a character, like, if I could make a TV show, some of these guys would be TV show characters, man, because 'cause they're so weird.
Wait,
Um,
I have an idea for the title.
what's up?
Scrubs.
Oh my
Scrub?
gosh, that's already a show.
And you should do a default dance for some kind of game in it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And the theme song already got it, like, "I don't wanna do it on my
No, that
own.
sounds
No,
stupid,
I
Maz. You're
don't.
stupid.
I know Superman. Ooh,
No, no, no.
Ooh.
That's a lame idea. What are you on about?
Oh, okay, well, what about this one?
Alright.
Ba-ba-da-na,
Hey!
ba-ba-da-da-da-da.
Uh.
Uh,
Is that what the voice chat sounds like?
yeah, 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 that's when
That's
you
what
speed up the voice
Vincent.
chat podcast times 3, that's what that's what
Get their characters. You
Hi, Master Lee, Master. I'm Laddi. I'm Rushlight Invader. Welcome to the voice chat
no, no,
podcast.
no, that's not if you wanna speed up, that's that's what it is, okay. You
Oh,
gotta
that's yeah.
emphasize the
But
end of it. I
so
think,
they're a
like,
bunch of characters, huh?
I know, like, we're all the characters. Like, well, that's actually the guest. Tiny Maaz, Tiny Laddie, Tiny Rush, that's the guest of this podcast. It's just us, but smaller.
Tiny Laddi.
Okay, you know what? I regret this bit. I
All
take it right back. I'm
right.
done.
All
All right.
right. All right.
And I just squashed Tiny Maaz. He's dead.
Are you
All
allowed to talk
right.
about your coworkers or no?
Why would I not be allowed to?
Oh, I don't know.
I think like if I can't talk about it about work related stuff.
Yeah.
But outside of work, yeah, like this guy played like he went on Tinder, got like 9 girls, and played Among Us, and was like, "I will date the winner," and then like, and then he like,
I will date the winner.
and then he dated
This is
the
the Bachelor.
But there's 2
yeah,
imposters. Come
basically.
on. What do you mean the winner? How can you tell who's the winner?
As in like who's left alive if they're crewmate, and who's like the imposter winner, you know? I
Oh.
guess I don't know, man. I don't know his
Then
system, but it was
yeah.
And,
so
like,
funny to
they
me.
vote off both imposters in the beginning, so you have to date all 8 of them.
Oh my gosh.
All crewmates.
I love that so much, dude. And so
All
like
right, ladies.
that's one. There's another that's just like, "Oh, I don't care about dating. I just want a guy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay,
Just
so,
want a
like,
Yeah.
guy.
I love it.
Nice.
Like, everybody's such a character here, and the work is super nice, and it's only mildly stressful when patients like, in the second day, I had, like, a medical emergency. I was like, "Oh
When
my
patients come
god."
in dying, it's a pain. They're like, "Oh, my leg is bleeding," and I'm like, "Oh, fine."
No,
Fine.
as in I haven't done medicine in a year because I took a gap year, right? And the
Yeah.
second day
Yeah.
back, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm a little rusty around the edges." But the thing is I still got it. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people were being nice about how much I knew, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then
Yay.
the second day, I'm still rusty. I don't know how to take, like, bloods and do procedural stuff as well as I
Uh-huh.
used to. And then literally, like, somebody's about to like, having a stroke or something, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
hit the jackpot.
No, 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 that is we do not want jackpot. We do not want stroke.
Jackpot.
Jackpot, stroke.
Yes. What did you get today? Oh, broken leg. Well, I got a stroke. Yes. High
Oh
five.
gosh, he's
Filling out a
dead.
bingo card like
Yeah,
that week.
They can't even do it because one side of their no, that's so morbid. That's so
oh my god.
morbid.
Oh my god.
That's so
I
We
morbid.
love
went
me
from
some dark
wholesome to
humor.
really weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the Voice Chat Podcast, laddie.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the animation community, though, there hasn't been that many things happening, I don't think. Like, Jaden
I
released
don't think
her,
so.
what do you call it? The speed running video.
Yeah.
That's, like, a big thing.
The Nuzlocke
I'm working on a video. I know you guys are as well,
I am.
videos.
Yeah.
Um, TikTok animations kind of going up a little bit, you know? Junie's
Yeah.
blowing up. Junie's blowing up. That's crazy.
Judy.
Young lad.
Shout out. I
Ooh, he
love
blowing up.
Junie.
We love you, Judy.
I love Junie.
I
I was like,
tolerate you.
oh, well,
I don't
whatever.
say love.
I don't know if you listen to the Voice Chat podcast though, but
Probably not, but it's the
what was I
thought.
saying?
He
It's the
knows we're
thought that
talking.
counts.
Yeah, he knows we're
Exactly.
talking about
He'll
him.
know.
He
Just
feels it.
teasing.
Yeah.
But, what was I saying? Basically, like, with him, I was telling a story about how, um, he made a video called The Choice, right?
Mhm.
And it's a video that's, like, kind of darker. It's, not as jovial or as funny. He
Mhm.
talks about how he feels compelled and pressured by what his audience wants, which is like meme videos like what Hyojin does,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? And he feels compelled to do that. And how he doesn't really want to do that, you know? And he's just like, whatever. And then he gets torn apart by what he wants to do versus what his audience want, you know?
Yeah.
And that was called The Choice. And back then he had like 12,000 subscribers, right?
Mhm.
And I was playing Among Us with him. I love playing Among Us with him. He's one of my favorite characters. And I just casually, I was in the middle, like as we're in the lobby, people are setting things up in the back, and I was like, "Hey, Junie, listen, I watched that video." He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And Junie's a very meanie kind of guy, doesn't really get emotional that much.
Mhm.
Um, but you know me, I hit him with the feels. I like feels.
Yeah.
I don't shy away from feelings, and so I'm like,
I
"Hey,
hear
listen,
you.
man, that pressure you feel, that's normal. That pressure is like the pressure you get as a YouTuber. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it gets worse the more popular you get, right?
Mhm.
If you're feeling it now at 12,000, like which is not like which is relatively okay for you to experiment,
Mm.
you're better off experimenting and enjoying what you do and find an audience that enjoys that then force yourself now and hate it as even if you do get popular, you'll still hate every single step of it, right?
Mhm.
And he didn't reply at all. He's like, "Alright." Like, he kind of, like, had this tone, and I interpreted it as, "Oh, okay." Like, he just like, I gave him unsolicited advice, and I thought he was offended, and I was like, "Oh, shit. Sorry, my bad." And then he made a video called Final Boss. I don't know if you've watched it. I don't know if you watched
I
The Final
have.
Boss. It's a 14-second video. I
Mhm.
implore you to watch it right now.
Okay.
But basically, it's he, like, changed a thumbnail. Oops, I posted this in the wrong chat. Silly me. But he basically changed up the thumbnail so it's, like, different, and it's very obvious it's a little different.
Mhm.
Um, and what he wanted to do was he just
Oh, I
wants
have
to
seen it.
animate really cool fight scenes and really cool, like, animation. He just wants to experiment with his animation ability
Mhm.
Mhm.
and post it up, and he did, and then he posted on Twitter, in which it also blew up, and immediately got, like, 500K, like, in, like, less than a week.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then hi
dude.
and then Hit and Run, which is, again, another, like, 12-second he just wanted to animate people fighting. Oh, this is the same video, but, Hit and Run is the same thing, in which he wanted to animate people fighting,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and, he did, and then guess what? He at the very end, he just said, like, "Yeah, thanks." And I like that. I like that he's just experimenting with his animation and really enjoying it, and he
Yeah.
blew up. He went from 12K now in a week, he is now at 222,000 subscribers.
Heck yeah. So happy for him.
Getting that
Like,
bread.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
3 days ago, he was, like, at 50K, and now at 222K. Um, I like it. I'm like, it's good when you see your friend grow, you know? It's like, "Yeah, yeah, go, 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 go. Go off.
Yeah.
Get that.
Uh,
Yeah.
get that bread," you know? I like it. I wanna get him I wanna work with him on an idea that I have, you know? An idea.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
got a bit of an idea. I think
little
Junior's
idea.
got a really cool style, and I wanna use it.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
The other thing that's been happening in the Image community, let me think. It's, obviously, Laddie's favorite YouTuber.
My
Uh,
favorite YouTuber?
Yeah, yeah, you're
yeah.
pretty
My favorite one?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys see the most recent video about the butt game?
Oh, my favorite YouTuber.
That tone.
I was like, "I have a favorite?"
If you don't remember, it's this one.
Yeah, this one. Wait, hold on.
So, for those who don't
Yup.
know the context, we're talking about Alex Clark here. And I guess I'll approach this in the most gentle way because again, I don't wanna seem like I hate the guy or whatever because I haven't really talked to Alex that much.
Mhm.
But he's been a bit of a he's been in a little bit of a pickle recently on Twitter because of how his newest video about butt game, um, is being perceived by the general audience. I think Snowy Packle tweeted out something along the lines of, "This is why I left the Storytime animation community." It's just the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Now,
Ooh.
what issues do you guys have with it? Like, what's the big thing?
Listen,
I
listen, this
just
guy go ahead, Lad, you
you
go
go,
first.
you go. Okay,
You
I
want me to
go.
go first?
I'll
Uh, I
go.
think he's been doing, like, these adult-like videos for, like he sprinkles them in from time to time, right? Like babysitter stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then this one, I don't know, it seems off, a little cringy while watching, I was just 'cause it made, like, jokes that I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not comfortable with this kinda joke. Oh, is that a giant penis?"
It just made me overall very uncomfortable from the very, like, first 10 seconds, like, cause he already, like, showed his butt, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm a bit of a dumb A-word," and then I was like, "Oh, okay, so this is how it's gonna go," and then talked about poking people in the butt, and then talked about peepees, and then I was like, "Huh, yeah," and then, yeah, it just made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I understand
You
that.
like
I
the
think that's
priest bit? I like the priest.
The what?
oh, that, yeah, okay, so
Oh,
this is
yeah, no.
if I was to summarize it in any way, for me, like, I watched the entire video, you know? I watched the entire
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
I don't like criticizing without seeing the video first, right?
Mhm.
The moral issue. Okay, number one, the moral issue. I we've talked about this before, off camera, it just in private. But I have an
Mhm.
inherent problem when people who choose to make storytime animation that was previously marketed towards younger children, younger people, younger teenagers, obviously.
Mhm.
I have a problem when they start to go into adult content pretty
Yeah.
rapidly, you know? I don't wanna name other YouTubers other animators who've done the same thing, but, like, there's been instances where animators have liked and retweeted, R18 material of themselves. And it's just like, "Hey, man, you have children
Yeah.
following you on that website, like, you can't retweet that." Like, that's just again, you can do whatever you want. You can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. But, like, there is a moral responsibility as a YouTuber or as an influencer or a content creator to not do that, you know? Like, let's just not do that.
Like,
Um,
I would
and
understand if, like, he went from the get-go was like, "Yeah, I'm targeted towards adults," but, like, he made, like, child content for, like, a majority of, like, the beginning. And so, like, the transition to this, it's not a subtle transition, and also, I'm just like, "Ooh, um, how
and when you
about
say
your
child
audience,
content,
though?"
basically child content is not, like, children content, but
Yeah.
it's content that was like, honestly, let's be quite honest, marketed towards a younger demographic than maybe some of the other storytime YouTubers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't think it'd be a secret to say that Jaden's audience is probably a bit older than Alex the
Mhm.
Clark's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just what it is. Like, that's not a secret. That's just, that's just a observation. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely have an issue when there is an increasingly and worrying amount of adult-oriented content that's being sprinkled in, and this being like the most egregious in terms of thumbnail. Because with the other ones, they're pretty egregious, but they're
Mm.
like, if you're a kid, the context may not be apparent, right?
Mhm.
Like, there's some people lying in a bed or, like, somebody with legs. Whereas this one, it's apparent to everyone. There's no mixed thing. This is
Mhm.
super apparent, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and so that's, like, the one issue, the moral issue. The
Yeah.
second thing for me is, as a whole, the video had, like, pretty poor pacing. Like,
Mhm.
this now I'm just like, this is me in a nutshell. I'm like an essayist.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, the video structure," like, gonna sound like a
Yeah.
nerd, but the pacing of the story was not altogether there, and
Yeah.
it's abundantly clear to me, and again, this is no longer objective, this is subjective, this is how I thought it was, I perceived it, but I didn't find there to be a reason as to why he needed to make this video about Kancho, you know? Like, it didn't feel like he had any real story attached to it. He just wanted to talk about this butt game. And if that's the case, then why talk about this? You could have talked about anything else, like at all. Like if you were to say I grew up watching Naruto and Naruto had this game and we did it as together. Okay, fair. That's
Mhm.
that's like a
First of all,
structure
it's
and you
called
have
1,000 Years of Death, and Naruto got destroyed. It was a
yeah.
technique.
Well, exactly. If you have a story to it, it adds an incentive to make that story. There's a reason to make that story. It just
Mhm.
felt like it was aimless in terms of the story. I didn't understand why this had to be made. You know? Like,
Mm.
Mhm.
you can make a story that doesn't mean much in terms of the grand scheme. I made a video about how I ripped my pants, but at least in that story, I had a story. I went up a mountain on this hike, I ripped my pants, I tried to hide it the entire day, I had, like, a little bit of a shenanigans to do so, and that's it. It's a pretty cut and clean story. Whereas this one, there was a lot of, like, jokes that I definitely was a little uncomfortable with. Um
Yeah.
a lot of tangents and no strict point. That's just my own critique of it. And so I actually think the criticism on Twitter is valid. I do.
Mhm.
Now this is where I'm gonna flip the script on you. This is where I'm gonna flip the script on you.
Are you gonna
Do it.
expose me
I
'cause I
Flip
haven't
that
used
script.
my videos or
No, 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 no. I feel like the criticism is valid. It is on Twitter where they say like, yeah, I think his content's getting weirder. Yeah, sure. I think I need to be so careful about what I say here, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I guess we can cut it out if we're not okay. But I think some of the people within the community who are tweeting out about this, they're doing so because they have they already have a negative bias of him,
Are they
right?
jealous?
No. I'm not jealous. That doesn't have to be jealous. As in, they
No.
don't like Alex Clark, and so they're going out of their way to bring him down.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like, if you find a bad video, you just find a bad video. That's it.
Mhm.
If you think what he's done is immoral, you can make that point. I think like the person who was like, I left the storytime community, that's fine. That's really good because that's again, that's saying because they've shifted to this kind of content, I left the community. That's valid. Just
Mhm.
tweet it out. There's some other people in the community who tweeted out about it with like again, just adding on to the dog pile that definitely did not need to be done. And it was like
Yeah.
honestly a little disappointing that it happened. I was like, "Ah, come on, we're better than that." Right?
Yeah.
How many times have we watched a bad video from a storytime animation community or a video that was problematic, and we just deal with it within the community, you know? We don't
Yeah.
deal with it
Half
outside.
my channel.
Yeah.
Have shut up, Rush.
I'm not
Well,
afraid. I have
actually,
goofy jokes.
but the thing is, like, again, no. There's nothing wrong with doing with Rush with you. You've never shied away from it from day one. You had a video called Dragon Ball Pooper, which was about a tsunami of crap. Like,
Yeah.
again, if there's an expectation built, it would be weird if if it would be weird if you started making sexual content. That would be like a weird thing because
Yeah.
you've never really done that,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Talking about the first time you had sex or that would be weird. I definitely would be like, "Hey, Rush, what are you doing, man?"
I do wanna talk about that, though.
That's
Not
again, you
not the
can do
intercourse part, but the lead up to it.
well, hopefully not the intercourse part. What are you
Alright, so
doing? Yeah,
so what
duh.
happened is I was walking with my pants.
Alright, Rush. If you wanna reveal our first time together, you can. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it was beautiful.
Y'all can leave me out
2018
of it.
VidCon.
I'll step away for a second.
Maddie just like records.
He's the cameraman.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, the community's been fine. I think it's more or less been
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I've never like gone out of my way to like be like, oh, I don't like this, like publicly in front of people, because I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, privately with between friends, I'm like, yeah, but like I don't know on Twitter, I'm just kind of vibing on Twitter. I don't really, yeah,
I love Twitter. I feel like when it goes into canceling spree though, it definitely gets a little.
Spicy.
yeah, canceling stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, you like that? Is
and
that how you like?
that's how I go every time I see it. I go, eh.
Oh no, somebody's getting canceled.
What all happened in the
Love
last
it.
podcast? When did the last podcast was uploaded? What was the downtime between? Did James upload his video? That's a good person. What else went down?
Oh yeah.
I'm a
I think
good person.
Oh, good. I like Life is Fun better, not gonna lie.
we are. Yeah. Life
Life
is
is
fun.
fun.
You gotta make the most
Make the
of
most of it. Make the most of it.
Yeah,
it.
I definitely think like that. Well, that came out. The second song came out. I thought it was like I thought it was good.
It's a
You know,
great song.
I came out with the Among Us Hamilton
Oh,
song.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, Among Us Hamilton.
Another great
That's
song.
been blowing up recently, actually.
Really? Weren't
Hey,
you
I'm
sad in the
glad.
beginning?
I wasn't sad. PJ thought it was gonna blow up immediately. I was like, no, it won't. Like, I think it's gonna be a slow growth, but it'll catch up in views, but it won't blow up. And you know, I know my audience better than anybody else, and so that's exactly what happened. It was like a very slow initial climb, but
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
it's just constantly going up. It just
Mhm.
is not
Hey,
stopping.
Wait for the new map
that's
to come
rad.
out, and Among Us will blow up again for a week and then die down again.
Yeah,
Rust is big now, dude. Rust.
Yeah.
Rust. I've seen like videos of Rust a lot more now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of, like, hardcore fandom like, I've been following the Rust scene go right now. I'm, like, not into Rust, but I just like watching it, what goes down.
Mhm.
Rust is like a
Yeah.
game, if anyone doesn't know. It's a game, it's like survival, and you
Mhm.
pick up materials, you gather materials, you just get powered up, you go through bases, whatever. The initial part of the game is basically the player base would just kill people. They would hunt down people, raid each other's bases, steal their stuff, run away, or they'll just keep murdering them as they spawn, like, if you're an asshole. They're called killing nakeds or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the dumb thing that's the bad thing to do, just keep killing the person that has nothing on them. It's like, "What are you doing with your life?" It's like, "I have a power struggle feeling in my life." It's like, "Oh."
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and so the offline TV crew, Abe, I think, did it. I'm not quite sure exactly.
Yes, Abe did it, yeah.
They were like, "Hey, let's make a role play server and just have fun." And everyone on the Rust community is like, "Oh, you're supposed to kill each other. What are you guys doing ruining Rust?" And then the developer is like, it's like crashes. Like, "Yeah, they're ruining Rust by not yelling racist stuff at each other, and not being mean." And everyone in the comment section didn't get the sarcasm.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah,
Oh.
the developers on our side. Yeah, these fucking
Uh.
assholes." And it's like, "Guys, this is being sarcastic. I love
Yikes.
this."
Yeah.
He's like, "I love this for my game. You kidding me?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else I miss?"
No,
In the
that's I think you
Badlands.
captured the most oh, no, yeah, you missed the divide.
The Divide?
Oh, I'll pick it up from here. So, basically, yes, Abe made a server, with everything, right? With the
Mhm.
entire made the server, invited a few streamers. They vouched for people, invited more people, like, content creators that they knew about, invited more, okay?
Mhm.
Mhm.
That server was called the Badlands. That's, like, the initial server that they went on, a lot of content. But then the drama kicked up in which when they some of the people that they invited were like they knew how to play Rust, and as
Mhm.
you said, they were hardcore Rust players that just liked griefing people.
Oh,
And the entire
yikes.
reason for this server was about role playing and building content and making it entertaining to watch, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
But what these guys did, instead of being, smart and using this rise of fame of Rust to elevate themselves like 5 Up did, they decided they'd
Mhm.
make a quick buck by making a compilation of streamers getting mad, and they sniped
Mhm.
streamers from across the map. They killed them without saying anything at all when they like, when there's proximity mic on to talk to them and
Oh.
meme about them.
Mm.
People came up to them to be like, "Hi, what are you doing?" And then they got shot and looted. Like, they just were not
Oh.
good people,
Just
and so
ruining
that was
everyone's
like
fun.
yeah, and then because
That's a
of that, people started
yikes.
getting more toxic, people were saying really mean things about each other, ruining the role-playing stuff,
Oh.
and so it resulted in a lot of the people who initially joined first, like the OTV crew, to quit. And
Yeah.
then so Abe was like, "Oh, well, the entire reason I made this was to play with my friends, and now it's like a big thing, and I like that, but I still wanna play with my friends."
Yeah.
Um, and so what he did was he made another server called The Divide, and he like, that's like a server only for role playing, like, no PvP, PvP
Mhm.
only as, like, a last resort,
Yeah,
and
PvP for the
he
role play, if anything, like, if you're a gladiator in an arena or something like that.
Yeah.
like, stuff like that, yeah, and so he invited his OTV crew and stuff to that, and that's where the main stuff's happening now, and the Badlands was left as, like, a more PvP-oriented one, and people like that divide, for a while, people still kept playing on the Badlands, that's where the art museum was made. I love the art
Uh-huh.
museum. But then, people started again taking the PvP a bit too seriously, like offline. Like when people were offline, they would destroy their bases and loot them, and like
Oh.
just make it not fun. Like they didn't care about the content; they cared about the game loot, and it was just like, man, you know what I
Aw.
mean? Like
What
Yeah.
the fun thing to watch is when two big teams get ready to have a war and raid each other, right? Like that's the fun part. Not
Mhm.
to log in and everything you had is gone. It's like, well, all right, that's cool. You know.
Yeah.
So they all kind of like some of the really big ones have just gone over to the Divide server, and now the Badlands is slowly but surely dying a little bit.
I w
Uh,
Why didn't they, like, have a zone for PvP area? Like, if you build your base here, you're gonna get destroyed, but if you build your base outside the
So that's
zone.
that's what people have been suggesting for the Badlands.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's happening. I don't know if it didn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Dang.
that's just what it is.
That's what
That's
Rush is,
rough.
yeah. It didn't I think it just came out of, like, it's, like, alpha, beta, or whatever, it's now, like, an actual full game now. Is that and they're not in the
It
main servers?
came out 2 years ago, I think.
Fully?
I think so.
Maybe, maybe not. I
Yeah,
could be crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm crazy.
Pretty crazy.
feels bad. But like I got invited to the server.
Mhm.
Badlands or
Um
the Divide?
uh I got invited to the Badlands.
Oh
To get
shit.
into the to get into the divide, that's like the really big stuff. Like you need to like um you need to get invited to it, like the hardcore
Yeah.
invite to it. So I didn't get that yet.
Oh.
So
Have you played
um
it? And do you hate Rust? Do you love Rust?
right now it's a bit overwhelming. I'm learning it, and my friend Fran, she like invited me. She's like, Maz, you should play. And so I've been trying to play with Fran.
Mhm.
Um, but like it is pretty overwhelming. But
Yeah.
So much to craft, so much to do.
yeah, like I don't know, like again, because I only know one person in the server, and obviously Michael is in the other server.
Mhm.
Um, is like I don't have many friends to play with, and so it's just like, oh, I don't want to play alone, and everybody in the server knows each other because they're like big streamers, and I'm not that much of a streamer. I'm more so just like a, I'm more of a kind of content creator, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it feels weird. It definitely feels weird.
Yeah. I can
New
imagine.
new bubble of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, everybody's saying for the Badlands that it's rest in peace because no one's even playing it anymore, apparently.
Mm.
Oh, dang. Aw.
Yeah,
That's lame. People gotta
yeah,
ruin it for everybody.
yeah. Like I
Aw.
just got into it, but then obviously,
Yeah. Aw.
it was bad.
Feels bad.
But other than that, it's been pretty good. Rust is still a huge thing. If you look at Twitch, like the OTV crew play Rust like nothing else.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've been seeing a lot of.
The new meta is social games.
Yeah.
No, the new meta is not social games, it's games that you can be social in, and that's like a big difference because, um, like Rust is not a social game, not really.
No,
Like,
no, but when you design the whole game, like, server around it, then it's like, yeah.
yeah, 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 they made it into social, and it's like it's good.
Like,
Mhm.
Among Us proximity makes it way more better.
Oh my god, the VTubers are in the divide. That's crazy.
Oh, whoa.
Go stream snipe them, kill them all, make a montage. I heard that's great for views.
Yeah, go do it. Yeah. I'm
Link
already
more
on it.
below.
I'm already on it. No, I gotcha. But look, if I get into divide, I'll play. If I don't, I won't. Like again, it's not like I have that much time anyway. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. That's true.
feels bad, man. If
Wait,
I had time,
Uh,
I would do the bloody podcast.
I got a story now. I remembered I have something.
What's
you
up?
have something?
I have something crazy.
What? Oh, yeah?
Not a crazy story,
Oh
but
Alright.
god,
kinda crazy.
Okay.
One of
I
our friends,
forget a little bit.
V-Star, I was like, "Hey, I wanna upgrade my computer. I had this bad boy for, like, 5 years." He's like, "Alright, let me help you customize it." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." So we sat there, looked at parts, like, "I want that one, I want that one, a 380, that'd be great. Alright, sweet." And then, he was like, "Alright, here's the link. Just hit buy." And I'm like, "Thanks, man." And I took the link, and I bought it. And, they're like, "Yeah, your computer's coming on the way. It should cost like $3,000, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it should have been." And then I look at the receipt on the email, it said 4,000. I'm like, "What?" And so
Wait,
when it
what?
came, it has a 390 and has a lot more it's a completely different computer he sent me. He sent me like the top of the line ass computer ever. And I'm like, I don't want to go to
Wait, who
space
sent
with
who
this
who
thing.
who sent that? Who sent that?
V-Star. Like me and him sat there and we customized a computer for like within the $3,000 price range, and I bought a $4,000 one. It's basically a spaceship.
What the heck?
It'll last you for years.
This will last me forever.
Why did he do that?
I guess the link expired or something. I clicked on it to buy it, or something weird happened, and then I just got this one instead. I'm not. It's the most powerful bad boy, but it's like, oh,
It's expensive though. You paid a
yeah,
lot more
Yeah.
money.
yeah. And so
And
that's the thing that happened to me.
I guess that's good. Like, can you run like crazy ass games and programs
Yeah,
on it
man,
then?
Sea of Thieves all the way. I get to turn up all the
Yeah.
graphics. The water looks fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
show me them graphics after, bro.
Yeah, but hitting Control Z on Flash still takes a millisecond longer, and I still hate it.
Oh no. Is that a
Adobe
thing?
Onions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why?
that's
they updated it,
crazy.
that's why.
What? It seems like every time they update, y'all have problems with
Yeah,
I'm
welcome to Adobe Animate.
I'm
it.
thinking about switching to Toon Boom.
Yeah. Tubu's not all perfect though. I learned that because I was having problems with it. It wouldn't work right with my tablet. Like I can't open the like I have to in order to open the program and to properly work in it, I have to unplug my tablet, open the program, open the file I want to work in, and then plug my tablet in, and then I'm allowed to work on it. If I don't do that, it'll just stop responding because my tablet's plugged in for some reason. And then just a bunch of other stuff. I had some weird calibration problems, stupid ways to fix it that like aren't I don't know. I emailed them and they were like, "Yeah, we don't support Huey on tablets." And I was like, "Oh, well that's great." And they're
Well,
like,
thanks
"Sorry,
for that.
that's all we can tell you." I'm like, "Oh, cool. All right."
I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah. So,
Damn.
yeah. Time
That
to
that
save
really
up for a Wacom tablet, I guess.
Don't get anything bigger
yeah.
than a 22.
Yeah. No, I don't think my desk could fit that. I'd probably get a 15.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to. But yeah,
I
so
I
Tube
might
will be
upgrade
giving me
my I
troubles
might
too.
upgrade my equipment as well once the cash rolls in a little bit more,
Get that
I might
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Get to
I think
upgrade.
we might wrap it up here. We might wrap up the podcast here.
Wait, wait,
Yeah.
Uh,
wait.
oh,
What?
Hi.
What?
okay, thank you.
Come on,
Nice.
you gonna close your second channel you said earlier?
Yeah.
You're just gonna upload
Nice.
all the Among Us stuff that you have, and then that's it?
Yeah, there a lot of them are in works, so I'll still do them.
Mhm.
And I've still got like there are a few that I'm keen to edit, so those will get edited, like the captain when we introduced the captain role and um some of the proximity games, like when I was Charlie's hitman and stuff, like those are
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
That those are like so funny, and so I really want those cut. But yeah, definitely gonna slow down on those. Definitely, I think.
Okay.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna delete it. I'm like, "I'm gonna kill you if you did that."
No, 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 no. Oh my god, no, 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 no.
I'm
That's
Oh,
it.
working
I'll
on
all
a
right.
video.
curious about that during the whole podcast. I forgot to bring back up.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's all good. Yeah, I think it's just the voice chat's gonna be slower. Some of the other channels that I have like might not upload as much, and TheAMaazing should be unaffected, but it might also just like be slower in the grand scheme of things, I think.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Maybe like that.
Hmm. Oh,
I'm
good.
working on a video too. What's your podcast
Thanks
video?
coming in, everybody.
Yeah.
And a shout out to all the patrons and channel members for
Woo!
hopping on. I appreciate it.
Woo!
All right. Ladies, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. And logging off now.